Okay guys, I'm back, this time with a hardware tip, and hopefully from this hardware tip we will also be able to get some software knowledge. Okay, I'm standing in front of a blank wall and a roll down backdrop. Okay, uh, let me just show you what a roll down backdrop is. Hopefully my lapel mic is long enough and it doesn't pull the camera down. Right. So a roll down backdrop is basically a large sheet of Tyvek paper, Tyvec paper. And if you look at it coming down off the wall like this, you will realize that this roll of paper is actually very, very long. Usually it's about 12 feet. Is it 12? Maybe 10, between 10 and 12 feet across, like this. Okay? Now, photography backdrops, this is called a photography or videography backdrop, must be this wide. Not only must it be this wide, but it also has to be something called seamless. Okay, in other words, if you look carefully at the line, there is no line, there's no joint. It's just one sheet of very large paper. Okay, nobody likes to take a photograph of a model standing here and posing with seams. Okay, that's very amateur hour. Okay, now I personally don't use paper backdrops like this because number one, it's made of paper. It happens to be the best food source for silverfish. All right, if you don't know what a silverfish is, please go and Google it. These are the guys in your house that love to eat your books, your anything that is fibrous. Silverfish will whack this thing. But it is also one of the most convenient and affordable forms of backdrop that you can buy. Okay. Now we bought over here in 106 Studio, Media Command Center, we bought the Pro version. It has rollers, it's got pulleys, and we've got 3 different colors. We've got white, as you can see, it's behind me right now. We've got a gray, very important. I'll explain why gray later. For when I do video, gray comes in handy. And we've also got a chroma key screen, a portable chroma key screen, which is I kept over there, but it's actually green in color and you can roll it down. Now, I don't use this, okay? If I want a white wall, I find a white wall, and white walls are everywhere, okay? A lot of houses around the world, a lot of studios around the world have white walls, okay? But for me, if I want a white wall, I literally use cloth, okay? And I'm going to explain why. In the earlier videos, you know that I'm a big proponent for Kamda and buying material, okay? And here's why I like material, okay? Even with the seams, okay? I buy these sheets and I sew them together. By the way, if you buy material of a bale, okay, you can ask them for wide bale, a very wide sheet, all right? If I'm not mistaken, they can import a bale for you at 12-foot width. This guy is your standard, I think it's maybe 6 feet across or 5 feet across. This is not across, this is length. This is across. This is your standard cloth bale that you will buy from Kamda or any cloth shop, okay? The length is 30-40 meters, that's not an issue. It's the width of the cloth that matters. So as you can tell, if I'm standing this close and I need a backdrop this wide, this cloth will be fine. And like I said, I like cloth because number one, if it gets dirty, and it will, you can put this in the washing machine and give it a wash. That one can't be washed. If you get it dirty, best of luck. Until today, I have never been able to remove a black stain from that material. Again, it's made from Tyvek, which is basically a paper fiber pattern, okay? Pros and cons, guys. If you have a clean studio and you're in a controlled environment, that could be a good option for you. But if you are mobile and you are shooting on the run and you're going to customers' locations and you need to carry a backdrop easily, cloth is another option to consider. All right. Today, we're going to do I'm going to try and squeeze 3 videos in today. Uh, I wanted to talk about this backdrop, how to choose it. You can buy a backdrop stand, which is basically 2 light stands and a bar, for about 98 ringgit. There are some shops online in Penang that you can order and buy. And then you can also buy short rolls, okay, of background paper, photography paper. And it comes in multiple colors and multiple textures. You choose what you want. As a beginner, you want white, black, gray, green. Best combo ever. Let me repeat. White, black, yes, black, gray, all right, and green. Green is for your chroma key if you want to do video. White is if you want to do a LUMA key. Black is also for a LUMA key. And gray is if you want to get a natural skin tone. Again, these 4 options are not purely for photography, but we can also use them for videography as well. Now, please excuse the brightening and darkening of the image because I'm using my handphone to record this. I have no intention of editing it in post. Hopefully you can hear me clearly and understand what I'm trying to say. All right, backdrop, it's here, it's available for you. If you want to use this, just book the studio, come in, and I will set up the lighting for you. Next point, lighting. What kind of lighting do we want? Now, in the earlier videos, I explained to you the use of LED lights, all right? This is a typical LED fixture for video production. Notice I said video. For photo, this light isn't bright enough. It looks bright to you, but in terms of photography, it isn't, okay? So for photography purposes, we like to use this. This is called a photo strobe. Now, this is my own personal strobe, which I brought into KDU. It's a 200 watt, but we also have a 300 watt strobes at the back there, should you want to do commercial photography. This strobe consists of the stand, of course. It consists of the head. This is the head, the wireless trigger, a power cable, and a softbox. This is called a softbox. These 2 lights give off essentially 2 very different lighting types. This one gives you what we call harsh lighting. This one gives you something called diffuse or soft lighting, and it creates a very nice look. Today, we're going to look at harsh, soft lighting, and then I'm going to take this video into Premiere Pro and try to do a LUMA key to demonstrate what a LUMA key is. LUMA key is the removal of parts of your video based on brightness. For example, my shirt is black, background is white. I am going to try to make my shirt transparent. Stay tuned, and we're going to have a few videos out by the end of the day. But first, we're going to start with video lighting, harsh lighting, and I want you to see what harsh lighting is. Harsh lighting begins with a small light source. This video light is considered a small light source. It's about this big. All right? If you're using a bulb will be about this big. Any light source of that nature is going to create harsh shadows and harsh light. Let me turn it on. Whoa! Straight away, you can see the harshness. Okay, I'm going to try and come in closer a bit. Maybe I'll bring the camera closer a bit. There we go. There you go. That's the harsh light. Look at my face. There's a very clear shadow area right here. Now, this is not wrong. This is a matter of preference. It's a matter of style. Okay? Most importantly, if you're doing video production, this light will be chosen because of your environment. If you happen to be shooting in the Sahara Desert, there's bright light there, and you're in the shade, and you want to create a similar look, you will need to understand the difference between harsh light and soft light. This is a harsh light, okay? When I say harsh, guys, I don't mean by the intensity of the light, yeah? I mean by the way it creates deep, contrasting shadows. Look at the face, all right? If I put my hand in front of my face, you should be able to see very clear finger shadows. See that? That constitutes a harsh light. Not wrong. It works. Harsh lighting. Now, there's another opposite to this. A lot of the times, harsh lighting is great, but sometimes they don't want harsh lighting and they want something like the softbox. They want something soft. And to do that, we need to put something in front of the light to break the light out, to separate the light. And that device is called a diffuser. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a diffuser. Basically, it is a large sheet of semi-translucent material. It can be any material you want. But professionals use Lee or Kokin or RE gels. You can buy those sheets. They are fireproof and they provide a beautiful pearlescent glow. Okay? One roll of paper is hundreds and hundreds of ringgit. We are not going to do that. As a learning tool, that doesn't work. As a learning tool, this device, this round circular thing, is the best thing for you. And to make things even better, we've got 6 circular 5-in-1, these are called 5-in-1 reflectors, available for you guys to borrow as well. Okay? Now, if you want to buy one of these, you can go online and look for it. I'm not going to provide you links. You go find it yourself. It's about 50 bucks per reflector. Okay? Later on, I'll give you a little demo of that, but not in this video. Now we're going to do soft lighting. So I'm going to take this diffuser, I'm going to put it in front of the light, and the light is going to go through it and disperse. All right? Stay tuned. And now the light is dispersed. If you don't believe me, scroll back, look at the earlier shot versus this current shot. I'm going to bring the camera even closer so that you can see the textures of my face. It's a bit low, hang on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is soft lighting. The harshness is gone. There is still a shadow. There's no doubt about it. There is still a shadow. But the fall off is smoother. The transition from light to dark is now smooth. More area of my body is lit evenly. And because of this evenness, my wrinkles on my skin and all the pockmarks of my pimples is lessened. You can't remove it totally, okay? That's a post-production job. But this technique or soft lighting technique is what the industry uses to light a lot of things, especially if they want to conceal blemishes. Okay? And I'll give you an example of a blemish. In a scene, if you're shooting a scene and you have a lot of props on the table, coffee cups, tables, blah, 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 plants and all that, a lot of the time, those props are made of plastic. They're not real. All right? If you put a real flower there with the video lights, within hours, the flower will fade and die and wilt. So they use plastic props, paper props, stuff like that. And if you put a harsh light, it shows all the blemishes. It shows all the wrinkles that shouldn't be there, etc., etc. So a lot of the time, oh yeah, and don't forget, a lot of the models, the actors and actresses, are also wrinkly. All right. So to conceal those wrinkles and blemishes, art directors would do 2 things. They'd use a soft lens and they'd use soft lighting to create very elegant and professional looking results. Right now, you're watching me like this using my handphone. Not only is it am I using my handphone, I'm using my selfie cam. It's not a high-end camera. If I turn the camera the other way around, it will be even better. But look at the video. Elegant. It's nice. It's quite nice, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. All right? I'm going to pull this diffuser away and we're going to convert it back into a harsh light. Let me roll it out of the way like that. Whoa! And straight away, you can see the harshness. Look at the shadows. Very clear, very defined. See this triangle over here? Yeah. This would be essentially a basic Rembrandt lighting scenario. Again, like I said, not right, not wrong. It's your choice, okay? Me personally, I always use diffusion. I always start with diffusion. And if it doesn't work, if it doesn't match the scene, then I remove the diffusion away. I take it away, okay? But for today's function and for today's purpose, we're going to do a LUMA key. So this video is going to happen with soft lighting. There we go. And here I am, standing against a white background. I am going to try to remove the white, and then I'm going to try to remove the black. Got it? Thank you very much. We are now going to switch to the software.